team coped with that portion of things before the game tonight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, being prepared and staying prepared for the group in whatever capacity that is my job. So, I was just constantly trying to work through this, and get the updates on how he was feeling. And obviously I take a lot of responsibility in whatever my role is, and that can, change on the day. And so it was just stepping up and ensuring that I could provide what I needed to provide here in the moment for the group.
And just your thoughts on the match tonight, and then we'll get to Becky's first question, but your thoughts on the match tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not the result we wanted, right? I think we go back to the drawing board. We sort out where we could be better. I mean, we had our opportunities tonight, and given the circumstances, obviously, going down a player in the 49th minute, proud of how the group responded in regards to those circumstances. But obviously, areas that we need to be better in, we need to go back, recap this game and get this game as quickly as possible past us. I mean, we're in the semifinals, so learning what we can from every perspective from this game is going to be important. And moving on is just going to be as important. So,
Becky, go ahead.
Does it feel like it's easier to move past because you've already clinched the semifinals, or is a loss, and at this point it just stings anyway?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think, no one ever likes losing, right? And so I think just that in general is always hard to swallow, in the sense of, we always want a result whenever we play. But I think if we can create a very good response from this, as a coaching staff and as players, I think that we will move past this quickly. We will ensure that, we prepare ourselves properly for this next match that we've got, and obviously into the semifinals.
And then obviously there were a lot of personnel changes in this match. Julia Lester was out, Jalen Howell was out. None of your starting midfielders were on the field. As Jeff and you talked about, there was even the coaching change that you had to stay on top of. So how did all of this collectively impact the game and possibly just, I don't know, maybe set things a little off kilter for the team going into the game?
Yeah, no, and obviously, like, in this profession, you have to be ready for these types of changes and when they occur and how they occur. And sometimes they're very unexpected. And I think it was just coming together and figuring out, obviously, what those changes were and how those, changes would play out, and obviously giving everything that we possibly can. And, players stepping up in certain roles, and obviously, doing what we can on the day to get what we wanted, which was a result. But obviously, like I said, that didn't occur. I think, again, you can't knock the team's effort in regards to dropping into that 4-4-1, the way they were shifting as a block and attempting to cover ground and then attempting to create transition moments, right? And obviously that's a huge piece of it, is just continuing to try and go and risk in some cases, right? When you're down, to get us opportunities. And I think you can't knock their effort. I just think we need to get back to what didn't go well, and how we sort those pieces out leading into this semifinal match. And obviously, we had some chances today, and how we can capitalize on those.
And final question for me. You already touched this a little bit earlier, but I imagine it's hard to go into an extended break after a loss like this. So what do you tell the players they need to do to shake this result off and come back into the regular season, ready to go and feeling like, they're back and able to take control of their destiny again?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just the mentality. I think it's the way that we carry ourselves as a staff this week and be leaders in that sense of wanting the players to move on. Also, getting into this break and making sure that we have a good week of training without a game, obviously, next week. And what the conversation looks like leading into that, and how the training sessions are leading into that, I think really puts us in a good position to bounce back from this. And I've said it all the time, this group is special. This group is special. And that was part of, a little bit of our pregame talk today about how special this group is in multiple facets. And I think that as a group, we need to come together and we need to find ways to get past this, and we need to find obviously opportunities to get back and get into our rhythm.
Thanks, Bev. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Bev, a question from Chris here on the chat about Tembi and how she has played in this World Cup, playing right now, actually, as we're talking. I know it's difficult when you've got your own game, but can you just touch on what you've seen from her? And then I guess we can go bigger picture as well and talk about getting some of those reinforcements back to Louisville as the World Cup moves into the knockout phase.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been really incredibly proud of our players representing their countries on the world stage. And I think I mentioned this last week. And I think she's just a fun player, right? She's got such an incredible personality off the pitch. She's fun. She's always happy. She's smiling. And you can see that on a pitch. She's very passionate about what she does. She's very creative and she's very fun to watch. So it's been a joy to just see what she's been able to do for her country and the impact she's made in this World Cup. And obviously we hope to continue to see that. I know she's on right now. So I'll be catching that game as soon as this concludes.
All right. Thank you, Bev. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.